In the 12th century, a group of warrior monks accidentally became the world's first international bank. They didn't just protect pilgrims. They invented a financial system so advanced that kings and popes trusted them with their fortunes. Centuries later, that same wealth got them all arrested, tortured, and burned at the stake. This is the true story of the Knights Templar. In 1119, a small group of French knights founded the Knights Templar in Jerusalem. Their official mission: protect Christian pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land after the First Crusade. But there was a problem. The roads to Jerusalem were long, dangerous, and crawling with bandits. Pilgrims who carried gold to fund their journey were basically walking targets. Too much cash, and you'd get robbed before reaching the coast. Too little, and you'd starve halfway through Europe. The Templars needed a way to move wealth safely across an entire continent, without physically moving it at all. Their solution was remarkably modern. A pilgrim preparing to leave, say, London, would deposit his money at the local Templar preceptory. In exchange, he received a coded letter of credit, proof of how much he'd deposited. He then traveled to the Holy Land, carrying nothing but that piece of paper. Nothing for bandits to steal. When he arrived at a Templar stronghold near Jerusalem, he presented the letter, and the local Templars paid him the equivalent sum in local currency. This is essentially a traveler's check 700 years before actual bank checks existed. The Templars built a network of roughly 900 fortified houses and castles across Europe and the Middle East. That network functioned like a medieval wire transfer system. It worked so well that it wasn't just pilgrims using it. Kings started depositing their treasures with the Templars for safekeeping. For years, the Templars managed the French royal treasury. They collected taxes on behalf of monarchs. They financed the Crusades themselves, lending vast sums to kings who needed money to wage war. By the early 1300s, the Templars weren't just an army. They were arguably the most powerful financial institution in Europe. And that's exactly what destroyed them. King Philip of France had a problem. He was deeply in debt to the Templars. He'd borrowed heavily from them to fund his wars, and by 1307, he owed them more than he could ever hope to repay. So on Friday, October 13, 1307, yes, this is one origin of the Friday the 13th superstition, Philip ordered the simultaneous arrest of every Templar in France. He accused them of heresy, blasphemy, and secret rituals. Under torture, many confessed to whatever their interrogators wanted to hear. Pope Clement V, under enormous political pressure from Philip, formally dissolved the Knights Templar in 1312. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burned at the stake in Paris in 1314, reportedly cursing both the king and the Pope with his final breath. Within a year, both men were dead. The Templars' fortune was seized, mostly by the French crown and the Knights Hospitaller. But their real legacy wasn't the gold. It was the system. Letters of credit, international transfers, centralized deposits. The financial tools we still rely on today trace part of their DNA back to a group of warrior monks who just wanted to keep pilgrims from getting robbed.